Here's where critical thinking makes sense to me. Me on my religion shit. If a human being writes a Bible, writes a book, based on information that it says, he says, she says, is, I said, critical factual information about something that they think created them. Let's get something straight about that. When you critically think of those issues, when you start critically thinking about it, you start critically, yeah, I glitched. When you critically think about those things, you have to wonder, why would they write in that same fucking book that this perfect being destroyed what it created because of a human trait, of hate, of something that it disliked, or something that it was angry about, something that it just... Why would you destroy something that you as human beings wrote that said it was perfect, and what it created, excuse me, that was perfect in its own, I guess, its own way of looking at it from a human perspective? That's critical thinking. So in essence, this God isn't perfect. This isn't some divine being. This is some human thought of what they think a divine being is. Because if it's going to create all this perfect shit and then destroy all of it, something's got to be wrong with it. Not the humans that it created, supposedly in its image, supposedly supposed to be perfect as we are, right? We're supposed to be. I mean, I believe we're perfectly created, but I just can't believe the information that I'm getting from this book they call the Bible, saying that the same being that created us perfectly as it is in this image is true. I just don't believe that information. I think that's a bunch of bullshit. You know, especially when I read that it destroyed the whole entire world because it disliked something, which is downright saying that God's got to be human because it just got mad and mentally destroyed itself from the inside out, and then took all of that frustration and pain out. That how you said that rage, that crazy rage that it had, it just said, fuck every fucking thing. I'm just gonna destroy all. You ever seen your child try to put something together, and then when it failed, you know, I'm not gonna say all babies do this, but when it failed, it just got mad, started screaming, and destroyed it? You ever saw that? I mean, truly think about that, what I just now said. You Christian people out there who believe in